I play announcing this second half along with Jeremiah Miller. Great job in the first half, Jeremiah. But we'll take some look at the stats from the first half. Really the two main guys that have been leading the way are some of the top scorers in the PAC. Number one in the PAC, Lyle Tipton with 13. Matt Popek with 18. And Jeremiah, it's just been overall a great shooting game for both of these teams. And it really gives us a taste of what we're going to see this upcoming Tuesday.
Yeah, they're hitting on all cylinders right now. I hope it carries over to Tuesday. Hopefully that game will be a good one as well. Of course, that one has a lot more on the line than this one. We did mention, though, however, Geneva could potentially pass up Westminster and go into third, but that would have to be a huge upset on the end of Bethany today. So most likely we're going to see these two teams again Tuesday night.
We'll give you a little bit of a preview. If the President's Athletic Conference playoffs were to start today, this is a general idea of what we would see. St. Vincent at Franciscan on Monday, which is the 10 seed at the 7 seed, and the only other game on Monday would be Bethany at Grove City College. That's the 9 at 8 game. The only other thing that could be a potential factor is if Grove City and Franciscan switch 7 and 8 spots. Grove City would have to beat W&J today, and Franciscan would have to lose to Chatham today. Looking at the quarterfinals for Tuesday, the winner of the St. Vincent Franciscan game plays at Chatham. The winner of the Bethany Grove City game plays at W&J. Teal plays at Westminster, which is the 6 at 3 seed game. And this one, 5 at 4, Waynesburg at Geneva.
Little score update from Westminster Bethany. Westminster 76, Bethany 38. So right now the Titans are handling business, and it looks like we're going to see a Golden Tornado Jacket rematch coming up on Tuesday, Caleb. But we got 20 more minutes to go from here.
Waynesburg and Geneva trying to get the win today. I mean, this game, not to say it's meaningless, but these teams playing like it has meaning. Kirkman inside against Raychick. Shot is long. Offensive rebound for the Yellow Jackets. Bryson Wilt ends up with it. 14 on the shot clock for the Yellow Jackets. Bryson Wilt, handoff to Popek. Popek double teamed out far. Gives it off to Knotts. Knotts with 6. Jumper from the free throw line. In and out. Rebounded again by Kirkman. Working inside. That's long. And ultimately ends up in the hands of Isaac Massey. A great offensive possession for Waynesburg in terms of getting offensive rebounds, but they were not able to quite convert. And it's the first possession for the Geneva offense. A little bit of a traffic jam towards the top of the key. Raychick working against Kirkman. Tipton against Knotts. Fadeaway jumper, puts it in. Lyle Tipton can hit virtually anywhere on the floor. And the number one scorer in the PAC has 15 in this matchup. 3-point ball game in favor of the Golden Tornadoes. Knotts backing in against Tipton. Knotts falls to the ground. Tipton tried to go in. It's going to be a jump ball, and the possession arrow points in favor of Geneva.
Yeah, it looks like Jansen Knotts just lost his footing right there. I think that was also in part Lyle Tipton backing off and getting Knotts to slip there.
On the far wing, it's Aben Sleptak, the dual sport athlete for the Golden Tornadoes. Massey with a nice move, kicks it out to Luptak, back up to Massey. Massey, jab steps right, goes to the left. Raychick working inside against Kirkman, spins, finds a way to the left side of the basket. Kirkman is going to pick up another foul. That's his second of the game. Ryan Raychick going to the line for 2 from Prince Frederick, Maryland. Transferred from Division II Gannon University. He already has 6 points in the contest, looking for his first points of the second half. First one is good. Raychick coming into today's game, about a 67.5% free throw percent shooter, 32.2% from the 3-point line, just another key factor in Geneva's 3-point shooting, but he misses the second free throw and he stays at 7 points. 18:05 to play here in the second half. Felberg on the right wing. Screens from Kirkman, dishes off to Kirkman. Inside, finds his way through, puts it up. Now Wilt puts it in from about 12 feet out. And that's his first points of the contest. 2-point game, 45-43, Geneva in the lead. Vainovich had 4 threes in the first half. On fire. Speaking of on fire, Ryan Rachik. He went 1 of 2 from the line his most recent trip, but he converts the jumper. He's got 9 points. Popek driving in. What a first half he had. Tipton tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds first, and Waynesburg still retains possession.
We're talking about Lyle Tipton being able to score from anywhere. How about Ryan Rachik? Ryan Rachik's really shown his diversity in his game today about where he can score. He only has 9 to his name, where teammate Tipton has 15, but still.
Felber for 3. That's short, bounces long. Knotts with the rebound, finds Popek inside. That's going to be called a block. Isaac Massey was trying to take the charge and take the contact. But Isaac Massey picks up his first foul of the game. And that's the first foul of the half.
That was a close one. That could have gone either way. That was a 50-50 call. They called it on Geneva, but that could have easily been a charge going the other way.
Sometimes those kind of calls can go either way. Double team on Popek. Kirkman pulls from 3. It's good. Najon Kirkman from downtown. He's got 9 points. Ended the first half with 6. Tipton working inside. He finishes. What an athletic finish from Lyle Tipton. He's got 17, going to the line to try to make it 18.
Yeah, Najon Kirkman got the crowd back into it with a big 3, and Lyle Tipton shuts him up real quick. It's a big and 1 right there.
Jensen Knotts could be a negative sign for them, for the Yellow Jackets. He's already got 3 fouls. But 18 points for Lyle Tipton, averaging this season 24.9 a game, 9.3 rebounds a game, almost a double-double, but the shot along from Matt Popek, as I was saying, I mean, he's almost averaging a double-double, but I think if you score 24 points a game, I think that's probably good enough, Jeremiah.
Yeah, I'd say. He leads everybody in the conference for a reason, and he's showing it right now.
Lovetek got a little bit of contact. He couldn't finish the layup. Bryson Wilt down the lane. That's a kick ball. Good defensive transition from the Golden Tornadoes.
I didn't hear a whistle there. I kind of got, I guess, a little scared. I wasn't sure what was going on. Everyone just stomped. I didn't hear the whistle on the kickball there.
Popek one-on-one versus Vainovich. Now the right wing to Felberg, to the other wing, and Bryson Wilt. Kick out. Nowhere to go for Felberg, finding Najon Kirkman back door, spinning inside, working his way through. Finishes with the right hand on the left side of the glass. Big man Najon Kirkman. He's got 11 here on senior day. It's a 2-point game.
Nice backdoor cut from Kirkman on that last layup, and then using the mass he has to body up a defender.
Vainovich for 3, that's long. Kind of a rare sight, as those were all going in for him in the first half. He ended the first half with 12 points, all of them coming from 3-point range. But he makes up for it, steal down the lane, and he finishes. And draws the contact. Well, if he can't make the 3 from the outside, he might as well go in and try to get an old-fashioned 3-point play. Vainovich has got 14. And first foul going on Matt Popek.
Yeah, to me, if you're going to go and, foul a guy like that on layup, make it count. Like, don't even let him get a shot off right there. You're better off because you got Vainovich who's going to go to the free throw line. He's a pretty good free throw shooter.
Way to jinx it, Jeremiah. He misses the free throw, but it's an offensive rebound for Geneva. Rachik, shot fake, kick out to Tipton. Trevor Tipton, that is. And Bryson Wiltz, one of the conference leaders in steals, gets his own steal, finishes on the other end. 4 points for the sophomore from Oakland, Maryland. Back to a 2-point ball game, 52-50 in favor of Geneva. Tipton leans forward, tries to finish. Bryson Wilt ending up with a rebound.
Bryson Wilt starting to heat up now, Caleb.
Just over 14 and a half minutes remaining in regulation. Knotts on the right wing, up to Felberg. Back over to Wilt. Wilt calls over Matt Popek. Double team instantly coming from the Golden Tornadoes. To the corner, Bryson Wilt, shot fake, finds a way through. And he's blocked by Tipton. Trevor Tipton picking up another foul. That's going to be his third. Bryson Wilt, nice work to get him up in the air and drive the baseline. Bryson Wilt having 4 points, trying to get some more as he misses the first of his 2 shots. We mentioned earlier this season, Bryson Wilt, Jeremiah, kind of timid in terms of wanting to take shots, but that really has changed, and he's become a crucial factor, not only defensively, but offensively for these Yellow Jackets. Toilet bowl right there, just going around and around, and finally went through.
Yeah, like you were saying, Caleb, that Bryson Wilt has really developed as a good offensive player, and I think it's in part he's just more confident in himself to make those shots when needed.
Lewski, quick handoff to Tipton. Back to Maluski, trying to get away from Popek, trying to shake him. Kick out to Luptak, up to the top of the key. Maluski driving in, kick out to Tipton one more time. 7 on the shot clock. Lost it in the paint, but got his own steal basically. Tipped out by Jake Scheidt, nice play to give it to Jansen Knotts. Knotts, crossover, almost loses it. Popek slows down the tempo with just over 13 and a half minutes remaining in the first half. Second half. Jake Scheidt bounces around but doesn't fall. Had a solid first half working inside for Jake Scheidt. He had 6 points. Tipton driving in against Knotts. Draws a lot of contact. And that's a bad sign for the Yellow Jackets. That is going to be Jansen Knotts' 4th foul. And Anton Baker is going to check in for the sophomore from Ridgely, West Virginia.
There's got to be some backside help there on defense. We see Tipton going to the baseline to drive, especially knowing Knotts is in foul trouble as Tipton gets that first one to go. They got to get him down. They got to get someone down there backside help, double team him down here. So, I mean, Lyle Tipton is the best scorer in the conference. Like, you knew that coming in. You can't let just little stuff like that get away. And now you got one of your best players, Jansen Knotts, on the bench with 4 fouls.
Perfect 2 of 2 from the line. He's got 20 points. Perfect from the free throw line today. 7 of 7. Back to go 3-point lead for the Golden Tornadoes. Scheidt kicks it over to Wilt. Wilt, nice shot fake. Got Maluski up in the air, and the jumper is good. Good fundamentals from Bryson Wilt. Back to a 1-point game. Raychik driving against Kirkman. Stolen away. Here comes Bryson Wilt. Stops his dribble to Popek. Guarded by Raychik. Driving with the left hand to the free throw line. Backs up. Step back. It's good! And the foul. But Popek looks shaken up. Looks of shock and fear from everyone in the field house. That was Matt Popek's 20th point of the game. But there's a hush over the Rudy Marisa field house. We're going to take a Tastinger helping his teammates to the trainer's table. But Waynesburg, with that shot, took a 1-point advantage. It's a 55-54 ball game. 4 team fouls for Waynesburg, 3 team fouls for Geneva. Anton Baker into the game, and he's going to take the free throw for Matt Popek. Anton Baker producing some quality minutes for the Jackets this season. Just an absolute beast of a rebounder. Back on November 26th, a couple days after Thanksgiving. I forget what day Thanksgiving was. It was a couple days afterwards. It was that Saturday. He had 16 rebounds against St. Vincent College. And the other night, he had an absolute monster dunk to hype up the crowd. The guy who's been controlling the tempo of this game has been Lyle Tipton. He puts in another jumper, and it's 22 points for the PAC's leading scorer. Scheidt on the far wing. To Baker. Baker driving inside, working against Massey. Can't finish the layup. He's had trouble down low all day. He's been able to get the rebounds, but has not been able to finish. Vainovich for 3. He had 12 points in the first half. Now he's got 17 with that, and he has 5 3-pointers. Inside to Kirkman, working against Liggett. Big man against big man. Kirkman cannot finish. And a rebound goes to Luptak. Tipton against Scheidt. Tipton spins. Nowhere to go inside the paint. Kicks it out to Massey. Massey driving inside. Trying to go up with the left hand. Massey is fouled. Going the line for 2 shots. And Bryson Wiltz is going to pick up another foul. And Matt Popek, just an absolute distress. Heartbreaking for Matt Popek, especially on senior day, to go out with that kind of injury. We don't know his status.
Looks like they're taking the right shoe off of Matt Popek and they're getting him in that brace. Heartbroken for Matt Popek right now.
Free throw is good from Massey. 5 points. Inside, stolen away. Now here comes Geneva in transition to Vainovich. Vainovich with the right hand, finishes on the other end. 19 points for Matt Vainovich. And a timeout is called on the floor. 63-55, up to an 8-point lead for the Golden Tornadoes.
Yeah, Waynesburg had all of the momentum going their way. Matt Popek makes a jump shot, 15-footer, gets the foul, but goes down with an apparent lower body injury. And he's behind Coach Fusina on the shot right there. But, yeah, it looks like they're pumping up a leg cast right now for Matt Popek on the right leg. So Matt Popek slamming the wall over there, and then a lot of tears over there. And I got a feel for the guy. He's put his heart and soul into this team the last 4 years. As you can see how upset he is right there. He's got his mom and dad over there with him right now on senior day. But the Jackets still right now, they got a game to win right now. I know the game doesn't matter as far as standings go because no matter what, you're going to Geneva on Tuesday. But still, you got to finish this game out, Caleb.
You got to do everything you can. That is exactly right, Jeremiah. And you just got to focus on the here and now. And that's what the Jackets are trying to do. But Geneva taking advantage of the here and now, 63-55, the 8-point lead for the Golden Tornadoes. Geneva sitting in the 4th spot in the President's Athletic Conference at 11-5 in PAC play, 13-9 overall. Waynesburg just underneath in the 5th spot, 9-8 in conference play, 13-11 overall. And the Jackets had a 4-game skid that really affected them in terms of standings. And that win on Wednesday night against Bethany ended that streak. Back to action here at the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. Kirkman on the right wing, nowhere to go, up to Bryson Wilt. Tastinger going on the screen on the far side. Scheidt back to Wilt on the right wing, uses the screen from Kirkman inside. The jumper is no good, rebounded by Kirkman. Up and under. Didn't have any chance on the right side of the basket, so we decided to go to the left side and finishes. Kirkman's got 13. Vainovich to Luptak. A little bit of a motion offense from the Golden Tornadoes. Vainovich driving inside, kick out. Eventually finds Luptak. Massey, crossover against Tastinger. Left hand rejected by John Tastinger, the freshman. Says, not in my house. Jake Scheidt behind the back. Try to get some space, and Kirkman will take the three. No good. Bounce off the rim, off the backboard, and out. Miscommunication from the Golden Tornadoes. Luptak and Massey. Tipton was trying to get it to one of them. And that is not a good sign for the Yellow Jackets, to say the least. And ever since that Popek injury, there's just been this hush across the field house from everyone, even when game is going on. Tastinger thought about pulling it. Now Scheidt drives against Raychick. Floats up, doesn't fall. 8:55 to go in the second half. The lead is 63-57. Tastinger with it now. Little Euro step action. How about it, young man? First points of the game for John Tastinger. Might be what Waynesburg needed to give him a little boost.
Yeah, Tastinger, the freshman, really stepping up as of late at a career high on Wednesday. Big Euro right there, getting the Jackets within 4.
Liggett and Kirkman going inside, but Liggett loses it. Raychick now drives. Felberg there. Double team, kick out to Luptak for 3. Now the Yellow Jackets in transition. 8:10 to go in the second half. Kirkman up to Scheidt, inside to Wilt. Kirkman backing in. In and out the layup on the left side of the glass. And now here's Luptak, the dual sport athlete. Quarterback on the Geneva Golden Tornadoes football team. Also can play a little basketball. Raychick loses it inside, kick out. But Luptak was out of bounds first. Waynesburg retains possession. And checking into the game, Trevor Tipton, younger brother of Lyle. And when one Tipton is going to go, the other's going to replace him. That's for sure.
I know Waynesburg's only trailing by 4 right now, but Waynesburg needs a big-time play to get this crowd back into it right now.
Tastinger with the man in his face. Long. Nice rebound. Almost by Kirkman. Bryson Wilt throws it behind his back, trying to hope that some Yellow Jacket was there, but it ends up in the hands of the Tornadoes. Vainovich's jumper doesn't fall. Good defensive effort. Deshaun Kirkman jumps over Vainovich, and Geneva's looking for a travel. Kirkman loses his footing. And Deshaun Kirkman also goes down. Jeremiah, I really don't know what to say.
Yeah, it appears to be the left knee that Najan went down with earlier this year, a couple weeks ago, but Najan back up now. Walking gently, but not, as he goes, not quite sure if he's stretching there or what. Seems to be all right. He's limping over to the huddle, walking gingerly, but doesn't seem to be too bad.
Talked to Fusina earlier this week, and he said Kirkman's condition was day-to-day. And injuries, especially on the last game of the regular season when he got an important matchup against this same team on Tuesday, that's really not good. But we'll take a look at the standings real quick for the President's Athletic Conference. W&J in the number 1 spot with a defeat over Chatham the other night. W&J sits at 15-2 in PAC play, 20-4 overall. Chatham in the 2nd spot, 14-3 in the PAC, 19-3 overall. Westminster, the Titans, having a solid season, 15-8 overall, 12-5 in conference play. Geneva and Waynesburg in the 4 and 5 spots. Teal in the 6th spot, 6-10. Franciscan 6-11 in the 7th spot. Grove City 8, kind of lower than they usually are at 5-11. Bethany at 2-12, and St. Vincent rounding out the conference at 2-15. And Isaac Massey is shooting free throws. He makes his first one and makes the second. .6:56 to go here in the second half. A first half that was very competitive. It was very competitive. 42-41. Geneva led at halftime, but to say the least, the second half has been a little odd. Vainovich against Wilt. Over to Luptak. Luptak splits the defenders. Out to the outside. Trevor Tipton. 3 is no good, but he stepped out of bounds first. But Geneva is still with a 65-59 lead. Excuse me. Sorry, Jeremiah.
No, I was just saying that's a couple possessions in a row that Geneva stepped out of bounds in that far corner right there. So looks like Trevor Tipton needs to go back down to a size 11 shoe, Caleb.
And it's interesting how often that kind of thing happens. It might be because of the extended three-point line. Gives a little bit less space in the corners. Maybe you just kind of lose your footing as Ryan Felberg's left-handed layup doesn't fall. Ends up in the hands of Vainovich. 6 minutes to go here in the second half. Tipping in the same corner that he got called for the out of bounds. Raychick to the other corner. Luptak kicks it up to Massey. Good perimeter ball movement by the Golden Tornadoes. Jumper from the inside. That's way off. Falls into the hands of Massey, and he ends up finishing it. 9 points for Isaac Massey from Cross Lanes, West Virginia. He was a homeschool student. Tastinger looking inside the Scheidt. Scheidt working against Tipton. Turnaround Jay. No good. Rebounded by Vainovich. Geneva now in offensive transition. Vainovich stops and pops. Nothing but air. Goes out of bounds first. And the air ball chance a little dead.
You can, I was going to say, Caleb, you took the words out of my mouth. You can even see on the face of the student section, there's just this like aura over this place right now since that Matt Popek injury.
And just shows you how much of an impact player Matt Popek is. I mean, not only, he's a great player in all aspects, but he brings this energy to the field house as Bryson Wilt's jumper is no good. It was long, rebounded by the Golden Tornadoes. 4:53 to go in the second half. 8-point lead for the Golden Tornadoes. Raychick pulls from 3. It's good. Nothing but net. That's his second three-pointer of the game. And Raychick's got 12 points. The transfer from Gannon University, a Division II athletic school. Knotts back into the game. He takes the 3 in and out. And Knotts had to sit for a good portion of the game. 4 fouls. Wilt guarding Vainovich. Vainovich creating some space. Kicks it out. Tipton pulls it in Jansen Knotts' face, and he hits. Lyle Tipton from downtown. He's got 25, and that's also his second three-pointer of the game. Getting it done in all sorts of ways. Fadeaway jumpers, layups, free throws, three-pointers. And the lead is 73-59 for Good Geneva.
Yeah, Tipton over that 24 and a half points per game average now with 25, and you could hear a pen drop in this field house right now. Just no energy from the fans. Of course, their minds are away from the game right now. As you see, Matt Popek coming close to that Waynesburg huddle on the crutches, just it's taking the wind out of these Yellow Jacket sails right there. As you see, Popek, not the day he definitely wanted his senior day to go, and nobody did at all.
Take a look at the head coaching matchups. Tim Fusina in his third season. And on the other side, a little more experience for head coach Jeff Sanacero. 26th year at the head coaching position for the Geneva Golden Tornadoes. Team finished second last season in the 2020-21 season, which was the highest finish since joining the PAC 10 years ago. And of course, he's the all-time win leader in program history. Tim Fusina trying to make a similar story. Last season, Tim Fusina brought in 20-plus recruits, trying to turn the program around. Many of them have gone, but a lot of them have stayed. And he's certainly trending in the right direction, looking into future seasons. And one of those guys that he brought in, Jansen Knotts, gives it over to another guy he brought in, Bryson Wiltz. Both sophomores on the team. Kirkman finishes. Backed in against Ryan Raychick. And Kirkman picks up his 15th point. Just over 3.5 to play in the second half. Massey over to Raychick. Raychick over to Tipton. Tipton against Knotts. A three in Jansen Knotts' face again. That's short. Rebounded by Jake Scheidt. Jake Scheidt driving in, gets past Tipton, finds Knotts with a nice dish, and Knotts finishes as well. First points for the sophomore from Ridgely, West Virginia. In the second half, he's got 8. And Najon Kirkman is going to get called for the foul. Was a block on the inside, but the officials saw the hand make a little more contact than just the ball. And Najon Kirkman picks up his 4th foul. At the line for 2 is Ryan Raychick. First shot is good. And Raychick, in terms of free throws, just having a fantastic season. First in the PAC in free throw percentage, 85.7%. He missed 2 today, but he makes those 2. 14 points for Raychick. 2:50 to go in the second half. Felberg looking inside to Kirkman. Raychick playing good defense on the grad transfer. Knotts driving against Raychick now, backing in, steps back. Jumper is way short. Sanacero calls out Wildcat. Dish off to the brother of Lyle Tipton and Trevor Tipton, Vainovich. Massey pulls from 3, puts it in. Isaac Massey, second three-pointer of the game. The three-point shots have been falling for Geneva. Gives you a good idea of how good of a shooting team this Golden Tornado team is. Knotts, nowhere to go, gives it to Wilt. Wilt driving inside. Nice dish to Kirkman. And Kirkman finishes with the layup. Kirkman with 17. Still a 13-point lead for the Golden Tornadoes. Vainovich. Cutter inside. Blocked and still stays with Geneva. Nice find from Raychick, trying to find Trevor Tipton down the lane. Isaac Massey inbounding the ball for the Golden Tornadoes. 1:35 to play here in the second half. At this point, it just looks like the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets are looking to the end of this game and just trying to prepare for the next one. These two teams will meet again most likely on Tuesday in the 5 versus 4 seed game. Massey blocked by Bryson Wilt with the rejection. Jake Scheit on the other end finishes. Under a minute to play in the second half. An 11-point game. Golden Tornadoes just trying to run the clock out. Massey against Wilt. The last time that those two guys met on the last offensive possession, Wilt rejected Massey on the layup. Backing inside. Fadeaway jumper. My goodness gracious. Lyle Tipton, 27 points.
Kid's phenomenal. This is the first I've got to see him in person, and he's not disappointed.
20 seconds to play. Shot clock and game clock very similar. Ryan Felberg's layup is no good. And that should do it here from the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse. The conclusion of the regular season is here. The buzzer sounds for the last home game for the men's basketball team. The final score 80-67 in a game that was a 1-point game in the first half. 42-41, Geneva had the 1-point advantage. But a lot of things just didn't go right for the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. A lot of things that just really were out of their control, Jeremiah.
Yeah, I mean, the turning point of this game, Caleb, and if you've been watching the whole time, it's easy to see, the injury to Matt Popek was the turning point of this game. Waynesburg took the lead right there on that jump shot. He even got the foul call and just came down on, appears to be the right leg awkwardly, and you see Geneva's coaches and players giving Matt Popek a lot of respect right there, and class from Geneva right there going over and checking on him. But, yeah, I mean, we felt it, Caleb. The crowd felt it, the student section felt it. I'm sure the guys in the trailer felt it. It was just a whole different game as soon as Matt Popek went down. As you see him holding back some tears right there.
And head coach Jeff Sanacero, one of the first ones to go over and check on Matt Popek, and each member of the Geneva Golden Tornadoes basketball team going over to check on Matt Popek. And that's one thing. I mean, Geneva, they will play you very, very competitively, but at the end of the day, they're just a really good sportsmanship team.
Fun team to watch, too. I mean, listen, even if away from Popek's injury, I mean, Geneva was hitting on all cylinders from everywhere on the court. It just, obviously Waynesburg's minds were on something else after the injury, but still credit Geneva. They came out and took advantage of that, and even before then, the Geneva couldn't miss.
Lyle Tipton finishes with the game leading scorer, 27 points for the best scorer in the PAC. Vainovich with 19 points, Isaac Massey with 12, Ryan Raychick with 14. For the Waynesburg University Yellow Jackets, Matt Popek still the leading scorer even though he left during that second half. He finished with 20. Bryson Wilt was 7. Knotts and Scheit, 8 apiece. John Tastinger had 2 points. Najon Kirkman with 17. Stephen Eng, the senior, starting on senior day, getting 3 points. These two teams will most likely, like we mentioned, meet again on Tuesday in the 5 versus 4 seed game. Going to take place at the Matheny Fieldhouse in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. And for Waynesburg, a lot of factors to consider. A lot of different variables that will play a factor coming up on Tuesday's matchup. But here from the Rudy Marisa Fieldhouse, the final score, Geneva 80, Waynesburg 67. You've been watching the Waynesburg University Sports Network.
This has been a presentation of the Waynesburg University Sports Network.